Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Hanukkah Erotica Book Club podcast. I'm Raizel, and I'm joined by my stepsister and co-host, Malya. Hi, Mal.
Hi. Not just any episode, season premiere.
Season premiere, season 4, episode 1.
That's what we just heard?
Can't believe it.
Here we are. New year, new season.
New year, new season, huge snowstorm.
Huge snowstorm. Schools are, New York City public schools are doing remote learning tomorrow.
But they're not really set up for that. That's not, of course I have a hot take. Well, I mean, if that's what you were going to ask.
I was going to ask. I couldn't care less, personally. I have no hot takes.
I have a lukewarm take, which is that it's not happening. No one's set up for remote, so they're going to just give some random extra assignment, call it asynchronous, and that's remote. No kids are sitting on Zoom all day tomorrow.
Right, I assume they're not going to sit there all day. My kids received pretty packed schedule. There are like blocks for asynchronous work time, but there are also like many specials. Like they have like a 45-minute movement period with the gym teacher. They have a period with the art teacher. They have like a pretty good amount of time.
Okay,
no,
it's
I don't
a remote
know.
day.
I don't know how it's actually going to go, but seems like they took it pretty seriously.
I think I'd want to be like, I'm absent today.
Well, that's the other thing is all the people who seem to care so much is like, just don't do it. Like, I don't know. Is there any consequence to your kid for being absent for a day? Like, no.
No.
Right. So,
I did join something remotely today.
What?
I joined Sunday Minion remotely with Binny and Jonah.
That's so cute. Was it remote just because of the snow?
Yeah, it was really fun on Zoom.
Oh, wow. Nice.
We joined, yeah.
Did they like it?
Well, we do that sometimes because this happened before. It snowed last week also. Okay, so normally you can like live stream shul, you know?
Yeah.
And it was really bad weather a Friday or two ago. Was that last week? Yes, last weekend. It was also very snowy.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It snowed last week. Yeah.
And we were planning on going to shul, and it got very snowy, and I sent an email that was like, is shul still on? And it was, but we just ended up joining remotely, which was a Zoom link, but they were like at shul. Like, it was like you saw what was happening.
So there was anyone live or?
Yeah. Like, this was last week. Shul was happening. They were there.
Happening, but some
we were
people
streaming.
could too. I see.
Exactly. Okay. But this was totally different. This was like COVID style. No one left their house. The rabbi in one box, the cantor in another. Everyone home on Zoom.
Right.
Zoom Sunday morning minion.
Cute.
It was fun.
All right. Great. I know everyone's saying this is giving them COVID flashbacks.
Okay, but also people do a lot more and go out a lot more than I do. Like the rush to get groceries and everything. Like,
oh, right.
I mean, I have to go, go food shopping once a week for like produce and like protein and stuff like everyone else. I don't know what people eat that like people were going so crazy. I don't know. Do they not have a freezer? I have a freezer full of food, a pantry filled with snacks. Like, this wasn't, I have enough cheese. I have enough string cheese to last us till the summer.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I mean, that's great. I always feel like the opposite, which is like, it's one thing if it's like, okay, you don't have enough string cheese to last the summer. You go for your usual string cheese or whatever.
Stuff, yes.
But I feel like when you're in the store before a storm, people are buying things that no one actually eats. Like people are dumping like cans of soup into their
What is
car.
happening?
Who's eating that can of soup?
It's and the experience of it is so crazy. I have two stories about this. The first is that on Thursday, it was really the only day we were going to be able to have to go food shopping before the storm was starting, okay?
Okay.
Just because of the structure of the next 2 days and what was about to happen, okay?
Got it.
Binny had a really busy afternoon, so she was going to be like in Hebrew school. Also, she's in the junior choir, and then from there, she had variety show practice at her school. She wasn't going to be home till 8 with a ride home. So I picked up Jonah from school, and I was like, Jojo, it's just us, and we're going to go food shopping. Do you want to go to Trader Joe's or Aldi? He's like, no, I want to go to the one that has the giant bus shopping cart. ShopRite is what he was requesting.
Got it.
ShopRite on the Thursday before the storm.
I see. That seemed like a recipe for disaster.
Okay. This was also, I'm pushing a bus.
I've never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds cute, but the ShopRites I go to, it's just big carts.
Do you know that like Fisher Price red and yellow plasticky toy, like a kid can climb in and like honk and
Sure, yeah, of
okay,
course. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a shopping cart attached to the back of that. So like he's driving that plus a giant shopping cart.
Oh, wow.
It's
Okay,
actually very fun. He had a great time.
I'm sure.
The store was, I mean,
Yeah,
this
the canned soup aisle was
this
bare.
this would be like, like We Found Love in a Hopeless Place, like an amazing setup for a romance book because it was just hell. The
Oh, you're saying
parking lot.
people's eyes catch over like the last
Imagine.
thing of Progresso.
Yeah, the lines to check out, the lines for self-checkout, the people, the attitude, it was so packed in there. Packed. Just insanity. Anyway, so I did experience that, but all I was going to do was get the regular stuff we have to get every week, I didn't need
Right.
didn't get any random thing. I saw someone screaming for the peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
Gotta get through. I gotta get my peanut butter. I get it. If I was out of peanut butter, I'd also want it. But yes, people go nuts.
I get it, but also like I don't know. I'm not so like if I'm out of peanut butter and I'm stuck for 3 days with no peanut butter, so my kids will eat a cheese sandwich. I don't know. Like we'll pivot. It's not
Exactly.
I don't know.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I was laughing because on Friday, someone at work was telling a story. And she was like, oh, we went food shopping. And John was like, we need applesauce. We need to get applesauce. And this woman was like, oh, how old's John? She thought she was talking about like her toddler.
Oh, like a child.
She's like, my husband. She's like, John's my husband. It was really funny. The
Why do they need
applesauce. He needed
applesauce?
applesauce. I don't know.
Okay.
John felt he needed it.
He
He
likes
needed
applesauce.
he needed shelf-stable food, maybe in case the power went out. I
But
don't
that's
know.
what I'm saying. Is applesauce part of his diet, or he's imagining like shelves full of applesauce keep him calm, like as a pantry just item to have?
I think the issue is same with the cans. They're buying things that are shelf stable because they're anticipating a power outage. That is what I think.
Right. No, I know. We were talking about this too. What if there's a power outage? What if there's a power outage in New Jersey and our pipes burst? Like, and I was like, I don't want to go down any of these rabbit holes. I just want to rely on the grid and the safety system in our city. The end.
At the end, hopefully everything's fine, but it is, right? How's it looking in Brooklyn?
It's great. I mean, no power, no outages whatsoever. I mean, there's a bunch of snow outside, but
I always need there to be a ton of snow if I'm canceling school, So I'm glad that there is, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a respectable amount of snow. I mean, I do feel a little bit like it's already stopped. So like, aren't all the roads going to just be clear by tomorrow? Like,
I don't know.
Fully get it, but like it's whatever.
I also heard there's going to be a salt shortage. I don't know.
Oh shoot!
My colleague
Salt
commutes
shortage.
with someone who works at FEMA. He had lots of things to say about the salt
Oh
shortage.
wow, FEMA. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, I heard this story. It's
Didn't know this was a FEMA level operation here.
it might be
Okay.
salt shortages, the roads, ice. I don't know.
Listen, okay, they know what they're doing. I like I said, I guess I'm the opposite of a prepper. Whatever it is, someone who's just like
Except
unprepped.
but my point about like not doing much, like here's what I mean by this. Like if we don't have plans, we are home. I can't explain it any other way. If we don't have plans, we're not making plans. We're not like, what should we do today? We have no plans. Let's come up with an activity and do something.
No, same.
If we don't have plans, we're home. So people are baking and doing all this stuff that they never do. I'm home all the time.
Totally.
We're
I know.
home
I
a
saw that on
lot.
the mom chat that I'm on. Everybody's like, "What Pinterest ideas are you doing? We're making slime." Like, I'm just like, but why? Like, if you regularly make slime with your kids,
Yeah, great. Of course, make
great.
slime, make Play-Doh, bake
I
the
don't
cookies.
relate,
I
but
do all that
good.
stuff. Great.
But I'm saying like all of a sudden people need like an itinerary.
A full
That
full
does
day.
feel like COVID. Also,
Yes.
it's like you needed that in COVID because it was endless It was like there was no end in sight. For
Right,
a
this is
day,
a day
you
home.
just do what you regularly do. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. It's all.
Right. Go out in the snow for a little while and then come back to what you were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I'm looking forward to it though, because we never go out in the snow, until it stops. And so tomorrow will be that for us if I can
Yeah.
motivate them, But
Yeah, same.
Mitch kept going out to shovel before it stopped because he thinks that he needs to start getting the snow out.
Yeah. That's the pro dad move. You got
Okay, he is so that dad.
Yeah, yeah,
three
yeah,
or
of
four
course.
times. Poor guy can't move. I felt bad having to leave him just now, giving him a full, trying to give him a massage.
Oh, that's nice of you. Wow.
He
Okay. Yeah,
can't.
yeah. No, I know. I think that that's the pro. It's so funny because it's like I remember the blizzard of '96 and how, not that this, I don't know. Was that comparable to this? I don't
Yeah, it
know.
was
That
big. I remember that.
it was big, but I just remember like I thought it was so fun. And I just remember my parents just seemed highly annoyed.
Yes, so much snow.
You know, it's the same thing going out periodically, whatever. It's just like, all that's less fun as an adult.
Absolutely. Um, I went to switch with him. He was reading with Binny, and then she wanted me to tuck her in, and then he like could barely get out of her bed because of all the shoveling. And I give him a hug, and she looks at us, she goes, "Old people."
Ah! Oh, because he couldn't get up. He's like
Yeah.
frail. That's funny. Meanwhile, get out there and shovel, kid.
Yeah, you could do it, Ben.
She probably could.
It's hard work. We made that
Yeah,
igloo.
yeah.
We made that igloo last week. It's hard work. Anyway, if you're new here, we're a podcast who reviews Jewish romance books.
Yep.
But sometimes we like to catch up.
We do. Sammy, who's my son, who's 10, has a recommendation for us, a young adult book that I don't know. I don't think it's a young adult book. Maybe, what are books that like grade school or like a chapter book that he
School
read?
age,
School age book called
middle grades. They sometimes
middle
call it.
grade. Yeah, middle grade book that he read called Linked, which was
Hmm.
apparently it was a Jewish book and it had an element of romance in it, he said.
Wow.
Yeah, so he recommends it for the podcast. It's not a romance not book, but it was a Jewish book about Jewish middle schoolers with an
Yeah.
element of romance.
Okay,
So,
Linked by Gordon Corman is a middle grade novel about a small town's reaction to a swastika vandalism at a middle school, focusing on popular student Link, Jewish student Dana, and others as they uncover a mystery with roots. This book sounds very good. With roots in the past, exploring themes of prejudice, memory, and community action through multiple perspectives. The story follows the students as they try to find the culprit while also organizing a project to honor Holocaust victims, all while dealing with the present day impact of hate and historical secrets.
good, right?
Wow. That book sounds great.
I'm open to reading it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm open to reading it also. Not the direction I was going to take us for next time, but
no.
I will. But I'm
We can-
absolutely
We
open
can
to
add it
reading
to
this.
the list. We can add it to the list.
This looks good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Remind-
obviously something must go on with Link and Dana, but wow.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It was does Benny do I feel like maybe she's not old enough or PJR way.
Wait, she is old enough, and
Oh.
you forget those texts like every 6 weeks, like "Hello,
Yeah,
you're now eligible."
constantly.
Yeah, so I
because I
haven't.
signed. Yeah. Oh, because I signed him up. So now I get it's time to pick your
Yes,
PJR way
yes,
book.
yes. Is
Yeah.
that what that was from?
It was one of I have to say, like, they're very hit or miss. Like, a lot of times he orders something and it's like a biography of the Three Stooges. And
Yeah, she is old enough, and I think that we haven't really taken advantage of the PJ Library, the chapter book version, PJR way, your way.
Linked was one of them. I think sometimes it's a hit.
That was definitely a hit.
Yeah.
The description alone sounds great.
Yeah. So, PJ Library not a sponsor, but we would be open to that.
Oh, for sure. Hit us up.
Yeah.
Anything else to catch up on?
Yes. So I guess I wanted to circle back to Jonah Platt because why not? But also because I noticed that he was pushing the Being Jewish podcast merch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, let me check out this merch. So I clicked the link to look at the merch.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it's just like t-shirts with the name of the podcast on it, but some of it is like has like a retro vibe to me. Like there was a t-shirt that's like challah, rip or slice.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is a little bit like early 2000s, like cool Jew to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, remember? Do you know what I mean? Like back when like remember your joke about making a magazine, like a Tiger Beat with like all the, do you know what I'm talking about? You had a joke like back in our Upper West Side days about making like a Tiger Beat. Tiger Beat was like those preteen magazines we all used to get with like preteen heartthrobs in them, but like a Jewish version where it would have all these like stars of the Jewish scene in the early 2000s. Like Ellie Confer would be like a half page, like, and they all would have like a hierarchy. It was very funny. It was your joke. It was so funny. But I feel like that was that era of like those t-shirts, like Schwitz, Kvel. I don't know.
I don't know, or like like all these, so those websites or blogs like still exist, like Hebe or Jew School, or I don't know what else the others were.
Yeah,
There
there's
were a
actually a
few.
there's actually a controversy about he being rebooted apparently.
Okay, so it did go away for a little while.
It went away, I think, like 20 years, like, well,
That's what
not
I'm
20
asking.
years
Yes,
ago, but
okay.
I think it went away like a good over a decade
Uh-huh.
ago. But apparently now there's a reboot, a mysterious reboot of something called the Hebe Guild. That's like
Mm-hmm.
a private club now or something.
Mm.
But David Kelsey, who was like the publisher of Hebe, do you remember him?
I'm
He
sure
would
he'd
he
be
would
have a page in
he
Team
would be
B.
like a quarter page for
Yeah.
like he'd be a quarter page, I think.
Yeah.
He would be like the equivalent of like not Jonathan Taylor Thomas, but like his older brother, like in Home Improvement. I forget that kid's name, but like I feel like he was like the smaller one. Anyway,
Yeah, of course.
I had a lot of those magazines. But he it was in some old ad for Hebe from 20 years ago where it's like just his forehead, like and eyes reading Hebe magazine. And apparently the new Hebe is using that old image as part of their reboot. And he's very pissed off because he's not part of the reboot and doesn't agree with, isn't aligned with. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I feel like this
Mm-hmm.
is a story that like only 5 people could understand, and he's
Mm-hmm.
one of them. But
Mm-hmm.
it's no. I think the short answer is no. Those things don't really exist anymore.
Okay, so if for those of us who were focused on the home improvement part of that story,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the brother was Zachary Ty Bryan.
Oh, see, there you go. I
And the
knew it
little
was 3 names. A lot
and
of
you
them
know
had
the
three
little and the little
names.
and the little baby brother, remember Mark Taylor, was
Who's
Taron
he?
Noah Smith.
Oh my God, they all had 3 names?
Yeah, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I don't know. It was a
Obviously.
time, you know?
Totally.
But I was thinking about Teen Beat recently because of Nikki Glazer's joke to Leonardo DiCaprio at the Golden Globes. She goes to she hosted the Golden Globes,
Okay.
and she's like talking to the audience, like somewhat roasting people as she's looking around the room. And she's like, Leo, we don't know anything about you. The last interview you did was in the 90s in Teen Beat. Is your favorite food still pasta, pasta, pasta?
That's really funny.
It was so funny. It's such a good joke. And
That's really cute.
and then like that and that interview then like resurfaced. It's like in his handwriting,
Oh,
pasta,
wow.
pasta, pasta. It's very funny.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God, he was in that too. I don't even really remember him from those days, but like, I guess he was part of that.
oh, he was it. Yeah, he had the
Anyway,
same
but he
haircut as
also,
JTT.
Jonah Platt has like sneakers that kind of look like Nikes, but like instead of the swoosh, there's a Jewish star.
Hmm.
You can get
You're
those
you're
as
saying
merch.
he's like in a time warp.
It feels a little time warpy to me. Maybe this zeitgeist is getting a reboot like Hebe that no one's heard of. But
Maybe.
I don't know. It feels old school to me.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm interested in the shoes.
The shoes looked cute. They were like
Ripper tear challah. I could do without a shirt with that, but the shoes.
Ripper Tear Challah. There was like a pink crop top that was like weekly shout out to Courtney.
Oh yeah, because that's part of his thing.
Yeah, but I
You
mean,
know
like
what?
that's
It is
pretty deep
nice.
in to get
It
that
is
shirt. But
nice when podcasts think that they have enough of a following that people are gonna wear a shirt with the one line you say each week. And I hope he's right.
yeah,
You know?
I wonder how that. I wonder
You know,
how that's
maybe it's a
doing.
direct to print where someone orders it and you just print it on the spot and send it right out because you don't want a basement full of pink crop tops, Jonah.
No, that would be.
But direct to print, no problem.
But the shoes seem complicated. You can't have. Can you have direct to print shoes?
I don't know enough about this industry.
Me neither.
Maybe he
We should be
buys,
looking into it
maybe he
though.
bought, maybe it's a small drop, you know?
But maybe we need Hanukkah erotica shoes. Like we could have
Yep,
our little graphic instead of the swoosh.
of
That's cute.
course. Of course. Listen, listeners, if you want merch, I'm very, I am 2 clicks away from purchasing my own heat press. So I'm happy to make the merch for us.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a commitment.
I mean, I get in these rabbit holes of certain things that I'm certain and convinced that I can do myself, you know?
Sure.
We've talked about this before.
But didn't
Jewelry, I buy the pliers.
but you had someone do a heat press thing for you, right?
For
No?
what?
Something
For
else?
what?
Benny's sitter cover?
I did have someone do a heat press sitter cover for me. Yes, that's
See?
correct.
Listen, I retain.
That's correct. I did, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. You ever see the picture of
Sure
that?
is.
It's
Yeah,
really
you sent it
nice.
to me. Yeah, it is
Beautiful.
beautiful. Absolutely.
So
Maybe
the
when it's time for Jonah's sitter cover, you can make it.
yeah, yeah, and I think that I want a heat press. Anyway, we can make our own
Okay. Or
merch.
we can find a direct to print place and do it that way.
Oh, I would direct to print it. Someone wants one, boom, I make it, we send it right out.
Okay.
No inventory.
Okay. I'm supportive of that.
18 bucks a t-shirt. Hi. Oh my God, hi. Speaking of hi,
Oh,
you sent that
yeah.
picture.
How cute
is
was
it
that?
18 years? I just can't believe that picture's 18 years ago.
I know. That's a long time ago. That's
That's
such a cute picture.
wild. It's such a cute picture of the two of us. I love it. We'll post that on the Instagram.
I sent
We'll
Rachel a
direct
picture
traffic.
because Facebook told me it was 18. It was posted 18 years ago.
It was a really cute picture
It was
of
just a very
us.
cute picture of us, and so I wanted to share it. Yeah, I know.
Time is weird. I got invited to a WhatsApp group for my 20-year college reunion coming up in May.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's like a group that like I'm just like I'm lurking more than participating right now, you know? It's like 30 something people instead of like a few hundred that maybe it'll ultimately be.
Right.
But 20 years, I mean, it sounds so long, but it doesn't feel that long. 18 years, that picture, I mean, just time is so weird. And you know what? I think about that with romance books and TV shows and stuff a lot. In a romance book, like characters, like they haven't seen each other in so long, and then they reconnect again, and it's been 4 years because college has passed and this and that. But like in reality, none of that feels like a long time. We don't even see each other that often.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think, right, I guess as you get older, like I think for a long time, it was like 18 years ago, we were little kids. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? And then it felt like a long time ago because it was like the gulf between our childhood selves and our adult selves. But now it's like 18 years ago, we were
What's a
basically who
decade?
we are. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, I hear you.
Wait, is there anything else to cover? Because I actually really loved this book and want to talk to you about it. But if there's more to catch up on, I'm happy to.
No, I think we can, let's dive in.
I know we've talked about seltzers and poppies a lot, but I'm back on my poppy addiction. One
Oh,
a
wait,
day.
was that?
That's like the prebiotic fake soda that I love.
Right.
Doc
What's
Pop. Oh, is there an OU on Poppy? I wonder if Poppy's kosher.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had one, but I'm not sure. I feel like most of these are kosher.
Doc Pop's like a fake Dr. Pepper.
Oh, do you ever thought about this? I feel like a lot of people who, this is only tangentially connected to seltzer, but I feel like, I get a lot of dry January content served to me. I guess just because like moms our age are like into wellness things and dry January is a wellness thing. It's not particularly interesting to me. I don't really drink
Yeah,
in
exactly.
general.
Yeah, same.
So, but I feel like a lot of these women are drinking cannabis seltzers instead of alcohol.
That to me is misunderstanding dry January.
And I was just like, right, exactly. And I don't really understand like what is dry January to
It's
them.
no alcohol, but I think it should be sobriety in general.
Right. So is it the feeling, is it the mental state of sobriety, or is there an assumption that alcohol is bad for you in a way that cannabis is not?
That is the assumption 100%. Like California sober, like people, smoke weed but don't drink. That's a thing.
Right, but like is that backed up by any research? Or is that just sort of like a vibe? I feel
don't
it's
know.
the latter. I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know. I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't know. I really don't. But I've
you're
never had
saying-
a cannabis seltzer.
No, neither have I. It kind of like all the stuff. It like I don't know. I'm scared of not being able to tell quantity. You know what I mean? It's like an edible
yeah,
to me.
no,
Like I'm like, how do I know when to stop? I don't,
Yeah, I'll
and
just be like crying in a corner, rocking back and forth.
right.
No thanks. I'm good.
like, this seltzer's good. I'm thirsty. Whoosh, and then where am I? I don't know. So, no, it's not appealing to me.
No, nor me, nor I.
Right. I see what you're saying. You're saying maybe dry January should be just about the mental state of being sober.
Yes, I think dry January should be but it's just about the alcohol.
I think for many people, it's just about the
I think
alcohol.
anyone who's doing dry January has a drinking problem.
Okay, that's a hot take.
It's true. You drink so much, you're cutting it out.
Right. People drink a lot.
You're cutting out, you're sober for all of January. You have a problem.
Right.
That's my
You might want
hot
to
take.
consider dry January through December.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, if you feel like it's impeding your life, I
Enough that
mean,
you are
you
working.
enough that you want to cut it out. I mean, what kinds of things do you cut out? You cut things out that you really feel are harming you, or
Exactly.
you suspect are harming you.
Exactly. That's what I think.
Right. No one's cutting out like a social drink a week because,
No,
like, who cares? Right.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I think okay. I agree.
Let
I'm
us know
with
what
you.
you think in the DMs.
And if people have different opinions about cannabis infused seltzer, I'm open to hearing
Oh,
them.
please hit us up.
Yeah.
We're always open.
I'm just personally, it frightens me, but
But also part of why, like, I like being high in general was like very unpredictable. Like I would get
agreed.
paranoid. Like the idea that like I'm trying to just enjoy my night and go to sleep, but instead now I'm like having a panic attack. That doesn't sound fun. I just want to drink a yummy seltzer.
Right, but my question, totally, I'm completely with you on that, 100%. I guess I just wonder, is that because we're amateurs and we never really mastered it, or is it just because like it works for some people and their nervous system, and some people it doesn't, and we're people that it really doesn't?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I think that the real weed experts, people who sell it and all the stuff, would be like, oh, but if you did this or if you did that or like this kind of thing or whatever,
Right, but it's like, why would you want to do that?
I'm
It's
just
like
not
it's like
interested.
smoking enough cigarettes that you are addicted to nicotine. Like, why would
Yeah,
you?
I'm good.
Why? Like, right. But I think, see, I feel like my anecdotal experience is just that like some people, it's just like weed just like works for them. Like they smoke it, they love it. If it gets them where they want to be, and that's their ideal relaxation always involves it. And I just feel
Right.
like you're either one of those people or you're not.
It's possible, but also like maybe it really would relax me because like I was laughing last week. There was a wellness retreat for the women in the community that I work in, okay?
Okay.
And a few people kept being like, "Are you going? Are you going to the wellness retreat?" And like, first of all, no, I'm at work. Like I run the school. I'm not going. Like,
Right.
what are you talking about? I'm running the school your children. I'm not coming. I can't go on this retreat. I work here.
But you're not a member of the community.
Right. I mean, like,
I mean, you
in
are.
some
You
ways, I
are.
really
Right.
am. But
Sure,
like, I'm
sure.
not going on the retreat. I'm
I get
working.
it. Right.
But then I like turned to my colleague and I was like, no one wants me on a wellness retreat. Like, I'm not Zen. Like, no one wants me on a wellness retreat. I'm not a calming presence.
Or you're saying you're going to be too
I
high
don't
energy?
know. It's hard for me, silent stuff. Remember when I didn't want to be in, do you remember when I was angry that my neighbor hijacked a neighborhood dinner and wanted it to be like a woo-woo thing in her backyard with a healer?
Oh, of course. Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like, I don't
yeah.
need a healer, an energy healer to tell me
Totally.
that mine is whack.
I just want to go out and eat pasta with my friends. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Let me eat the pasta.
Right.
No one wants me on a wellness retreat. I'm excited about the salads and stuff, but like, I don't
Is
need to
that
be
what
in a
it was?
sound bath. A sound bath.
Ugh, I hate a
I
sound
just don't
bath.
think that that's for me, and I don't think that my energy is really great for other people at a sound bath. I'd
Ugh.
like to make eye contact and laugh, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You like
That's
to
what I'd rather
connect.
do. I'd like
Yeah,
to make eye contact with someone during the sound bath about the
totally.
BO of the person leading the thing and
Eek.
laugh. And that's not what everyone else is there to be, you know,
Right. Bathed in
zen
sound. Yeah.
and bathed in sound and well.
Right, right, right. Where was the wellness retreat?
It was, I think, in the Berkshires, maybe? At a,
It was like a place,
oh, like a beautiful place, like a
I
beautiful,
see.
beautiful place called
That had like
Inez, I think.
wellness activities and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It
I
sounded
see.
great.
I'm sure.
I think they came back feeling rejuvenated.
I
Sounded
hope so. I
gorgeous.
hope so. Yeah, I know. I feel like there was a there was a women's night at our synagogue that was like making pasta.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll go. Like I
For
always like
sure.
those nights. They're so cute. But then as they're like showing us, how to we're putting egg into a well of flour, and I'm like, really? I just want to chat with someone else while they make me pasta.
Yes.
And then I
Yes.
want to eat it.
Yes. Yes. I don't need to be kneading dough right now.
And then they're like, and all these women are really, they're like, they're like, oh, pass the ravioli filling. And I'm like, ravioli filling? Let me crank out some spaghetti and let's eat this.
Did you eat it?
Yeah, I ate
Was it
it.
delicious?
Yeah, it was delicious. But it's
So
like, I made the simplest possible pasta so I could get straight to the eating as quickly as
So,
possible.
okay, just so I understand, are there like pots of water boiling and multiple different like KitchenAid crank things?
Yeah, so it was like they pay. They're so cute. These girls. It's like two of the. It's like the Chabad, one of the Chabad rabbi's daughters who runs these events, and she has this friend, and I think they just like look on their Instagram for like other cute religious girls who have these little side hustles where they like run, like nights for, they run these like events
Yes,
basically.
yes.
So they found these girls that do a pasta making event. So yeah, it's like there were big bags of flour throughout the table. Every person had like a little like cutting board and a little like and you
Station.
station. There were not and then there were those crank pasta
Yes,
things.
yes.
There wasn't one for each person, but there was like one for each few people.
Wow, big
And
setup.
then yeah, there were different, if you wanted to get fancy, there were different shapes. You could make a mug and David ravioli.
Ooh,
I didn't even approach that, but
no.
people were really into it. And then at the end, the one of the people had a huge pot of water with a bunch of these little strainers in it, and you gave your pasta to her, and she like did it in the
Oh,
water,
like
and
the
then there were
communal
like
oven back in the day.
communal oven. I mean, there were like a couple sauces to choose from.
Okay, this sounds incredible. And I have two things to say. One's a question. How many women go to this? And do you make new friends or it's all people you know?
I know a bunch of people, but I sometimes make new friends.
And is it like 20?
It was like closer to 30, I would say.
30?
Yeah, they got a good crowd because they get like moms from the preschool. They get like, yeah, they get a good. I would say it was close to 30.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of people. That sounds
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. I felt
Okay.
bad for my friend because she's gluten free. She's like,
Mm.
who wants to be gluten free at a pasta making night? And they insisted that they could accommodate, like that they could make gluten free pasta too. But then they just gave her gluten free flour and had her do like the same thing we did with the regular flour, which like I feel like
Did it
I
really
don't know. I
work?
think everyone knows that's not going to work. Like you got to add some thick, right? Like gluten free
Mm,
flour is not the
mm-hmm,
same. You got to do
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
something. So her pasta just like didn't crank, didn't
It just
anything.
dissolved, yeah. Should
So
just
that was
ate a
kind of
bowl
a
of
bummer.
sauce. Should just ate a
She
bowl of
basically ate
sauce.
a bowl of sauce. She was like, "This sauce is good." She was trying to be positive.
Okay, she sounds great.
It was fun. But anyway, my
Okay,
point is, I'm with you with the wellness. Like, I don't even want to. I think my desires for hanging out are just like
to
talking to
hang.
people,
Yes,
laughing,
yes,
eating.
yes, yes,
Just like very. I don't need an activity. I don't need
yeah.
a buffer.
Right. But since your Chabad does have buffers and activities, I have a really good idea for one for them that you
Oh,
have to
what?
tell the Chabad, the Rebbitzin's daughter.
Yes.
Do you remember when a few years ago I went, or last year, I went to a thing where we like, those sweaters with like your kids' names like knitted in them, but I learned how to do that.
Oh
It's like a very
yeah.
trend. So this girl lives in Hoboken. Her company is Knit Names, not a sponsor of the podcast, but everyone should look it up. Knit Names.
Knit names.
Okay. She will come to you with all the supplies. It's expensive. Like, everyone pays a certain amount, 75 or 90 or whatever it is for the sweater and the stuff and the this. And
Okay.
and the name, like it's like it's a stencil of the name, and you learn how to hand crochet or whatever it is, hand
Wow.
embroider a name, or you could be a sweater for you that says mom or MILF or whatever you want it to
Right.
say.
Right. MILF.
I don't know,
Um.
Hanukkah or Erotica, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
And so you made one.
ripped or sliced. Yeah, I made a navy Jonah sweater. It looks like I bought it on Etsy. It looks
Wow.
exactly like all those Park Slope kid in their Etsy
Yeah. Yeah. I
sweaters.
know exactly what you're talking about. That's
It's so
cute.
cool. Anyway, she should do that for you
Okay, I'm
guys.
I'm writing that down. That's a good
Knit
tip because I know
names.
she's always looking for things. Yeah. Cool.
And she like it was so cool. Also, like one of the coolest things, which I don't understand actually, this awesome mom who taught us this amazing skill is legally blind. I don't
Wow.
even understand it. I
What?
don't think I understand that. She has this amazing skill and she taught it to us. She was so cool.
Cool.
I know.
Okay, well that's a little inspirational element too.
Very,
Who would
very,
it's great.
very. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
I don't really go to a lot of those things, but there are things like that, and I should go to more of them.
They're really cute.
Yeah. Really
They're
cute and
low
fun.
stakes. I mean, I need a low stakes craft. I get very nervous otherwise.
Of course. There
You
was
know
a
my
hand.
story about the snake the paper mache snake from when I was a kid? Did I tell you this? This is like a classic weirdo Malia childhood story, which is that I always had a concept of myself that I was not crafty and
Yes.
bad at art.
Yeah, same.
And in art class, probably in like fourth or fifth grade, we had a project where it was a 2-week project. The first week we were making shapes of animals out of metal, and then we were putting gauze around them with paper mache to make the shape, and then we were leaving it to dry, and then the second week we were going to paint it.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a snake, which was the easiest one to shape because basically you just curve it into a
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I thought I had followed the instructions, but then upon entering the classroom for the second week, I immediately saw that my snake just looked horrible. Like the metal was sticking out of the paper mache. Like it just looked disgusting. And no one else seemed to have had that problem except for me. So a normal person would have just like taken their stupid looking snake, painted it for half an hour, and moved on. But instead, I was like, I don't see my snake. I don't think it's here. They must, my snake is missing. Meanwhile, every other kid goes up and takes their thing, and the only one left is my horrible looking snake, and me going, I don't know where mine is. My teacher's like, is that yours?
How old were you?
Because it's the only one left.
What grade were you in?
Way too old to be doing something. It was so weird. Like I was like 10. I was like in 4th or 5th grade. That's really weird.
Wow, I've never heard this.
The teacher was like, this is the only one left on the show. And I was like, yeah, it's not mine. I don't know where mine went.
Wow.
And then I just like spent the rest of the art class doing nothing because I didn't have one because mine was missing. Insane.
This is amazing.
Insane behavior. The lengths that I would go to distance myself from a subpar craft.
I get it. As someone not crafty, I understand the shame.
Bizarre.
I understand the shame.
Yeah. Sometimes I have flashbacks. If I feel like the stakes are getting too high, like in a pasta making class, I start to feel like, am I going to need to reject this and pretend it's not mine? I don't do it, but I think about it.
That's not my spaghetti.
It's not my spaghetti. I don't know. Those flakes. I don't know who made that. Yeah, it's in front of my chair, but I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay, the last thing I wanted to catch up on was, I assume you didn't, but did you watch Heated Rivalry, or are you aware of the Heated Rivalry discourse?
I'm aware of the phenomenon, yes, but I've not watched it.
Okay, we'll get back to this at the end of the episode.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It's related to the next book I want to read.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Heated Rivalry is based on a romance series. Did you know that? The show is based on books.
I did. Like, didn't the mayor of New York City, I saw a clip that the mayor was like recommended reading Heated Rivalry if you're home, if you're snowed in.
Because the New York Public Library was letting you take out free books on Libby.
Exactly.
Like unlimited copies on Libby.
Right. So he recommended Heated Rivalry.
But before he said that, did you know it was based on books, that the show was based on books?
I'm not sure. I might not have.
So, it's based on a romance series.
Got it.
A hockey romance series.
Right.
And we'll talk about my next suggestion for our next book.
Great. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Jennifer Wilck sends us an advanced reader copy of Falling for the Rabbi.
Yes.
The cover looks like the rabbi on the cover's a little bit, the inspo's a little bit from Nobody Wants This.
Yeah, that's right. So Nobody Wants This vibe for sure.
Adam Brody.
Yes, exactly.
But not the love interest. Love interest is not similar to...
No. She looks much more Semitic.
Yes. Okay. I loved Falling for the Rabbi, and I really want to talk to you about it.
I really liked it. I liked it way more than I thought I was going to be
me too.
Completely honest.
I really, really liked it. Okay. There's a lot about it I really liked. So this is about this, a Reform rabbi who lives in New York City.
Yes.
But he's home. He's very close with his grandma.
Right.
And he's home because his grandma's selling their house.
His grandma like raised him basically.
His grandma raised him, and they're selling her house because she's moving into
like assisted
living.
Yeah.
And her house is being sold to someone who is opening up a bookstore, like renovating the house into a bookstore.
Right.
Also falls into that category of romance books about people who love romance books.
Right, totally.
This is such a thing in romance books.
It's very cute. Yeah. There's a lot of it here, obviously.
So he's Josh.
Right.
And it starts off with his grandma talking to a matchmaker on his behalf.
Right.
Mismatch.
Right. Which already I'm like, at this point, I was a little bit like, okay, like, I don't know where this book is going because They live in like some kind of town that's a suburb of New York City. I don't know if it's like, I was imagining it's in Westchester, but it could be in Long Island, it could be in New Jersey. Um, but I'm like, what small town has a matchmaker with like a physical office? That seems, I don't know, like I was already like, what, where
The
are
the
we
the
here?
town was hard for me to picture
Right,
because it felt so bustling.
right,
It's always hard for me to picture these towns when they feel slightly ambiguous. It felt bustling, it felt young.
right. Like there's too much going on for it to be a suburban town.
No, but the thing is, like, there are places like this that exist, and
Are there?
I asked Jennifer Wilck about the last one. The last one was like maybe based on Morristown, and if
Right, I
that's
remember that.
true, like,
Yeah.
if that's true, and this was even based on it also, like, Morristown, like, might actually be a place that like young people move. I don't know.
I've never heard of anyone moving to
I
Morristown.
haven't either, but I heard that that's a thing. I've
Okay.
never met a human who's done it, but
But
I've
there's
heard that it's a
theoretically
thing.
there's people out there doing it. I know, I just felt like this town, it was like it's known for its up and coming, its great restaurant
But like,
scene.
was it Hoboken? It wasn't Hoboken. It
It
was a
wasn't,
suburb.
it was a suburb. I'm just like, what suburb is it known for its great restaurant scene? Like, does that exist? Because I feel like wouldn't
No,
everyone,
there are some really good places. You're in Westchester, in Long Island, like there are I just don't know
I'm
that
not
these
saying
people,
there's
because
no
these
good
people were
restaurants.
so young. These people were so young and were acting much older.
Yes, and again, like who is the market for this matchmaker? Like that she has a physical office, she has a building.
I don't know. It
Like
was
it
very
is
cinematic. The whole book was very cinematic. It should be a movie.
I'm saying despite my initial feelings, I totally like I bought into all of it.
Me
But at
too.
the outset, I was very like, I don't know what's going on here. Like I've have you like how many people even go to a matchmaker?
Also, it's like they're all online now. You don't have to go to an office. You
Right.
just send a text.
Exactly. Right. It's all online. There's a million different apps that are curated or apps like there's just a million different versions of this. So the idea of it there'd be like someone would put out a shingle of as a matchmaker strained credulity to me.
The
That's all.
town is called Browerville.
Browerville.
I like this fantastical thing, though, that Harlequin books give us, because this is a Harlequin,
Right.
and it did feel that way to me.
It felt fantastical.
Fantastical that felt in a way that's supposed to feel completely mundane,
Yeah. I know what you mean.
but I
It's like,
loved it.
yeah,
Fantasy.
it creates the world enough that you buy into it, even though, like, if you stepped out of it, you'd be like, I don't think this exists.
I also loved that, like, the characters just kept running into each other. Of course, they have to. We're reading a book. What else are they supposed to do but run into
Right.
each other?
Right.
But, like, I don't know. I just, the pace of it, I loved it. I loved reading this book. So, okay, so basically, his grandma convinces him to, work with this matchmaker, this Shad Khan. He
Right.
sort of begrudgingly accepts, but like he is an assistant rabbi at a giant Reform synagogue in Manhattan, and like probably has a lot of options. And he's also like on the apps and all this stuff, but whatever. And he gets set up with this girl, Samantha. And
Right.
Samantha drags her bestie along on the first date. Or maybe the bestie, Emma, sort of is like, let me go with you on the first date.
Right. She's like, it's not safe. You don't know this person. Let me go with you.
So she brings her friend, and they sort of were on a double date.
Right.
And he's like super put off by it. And like him and Samantha don't really have any sparks.
Right.
And he's just like super put off by it, and tells the matchmaker, like, it was an awkward, right? It was an awkward date.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
reading it was like cringe. It was,
Yeah,
it was an
it was
awkward date.
cringe. I mean, it was like cringe because first of all, like it was weird that the friend insisted on coming along. I was totally with the matchmaker on that one. That was like terrible etiquette.
Matchmaker, when she hears, is just like kind of furious with Samantha. Like, this isn't,
Totally.
you can't do this.
And also the whole point of hiring a matchmaker is that the person is vetted and whatever, and you're meeting in a public place. I don't know. It seemed over the top that there was like a real danger for her life. Like that just didn't make any sense.
Right.
And then, yeah, the date is just like, it did a good job of conjuring that vibe of a date where there's no spark and it just kind of turns into like a weird, like interview almost.
Totally. And like, I feel like there's something about like the Samantha's upbringing, like Jewishly. There's like a little bit of nuance here that I like, where it's like maybe like she grew up with a kosher kitchen, or like certain things that like would work for Josh. And
Yeah,
like
she's yeah.
Emma's like more secular.
Yeah, Samantha's into that he's a rabbi. Like she likes Jewish tradition and practice, and I think Emma feels more like that's not really for me.
Right. Totally. Um, Emma turns out to be the girl who is buying the house from his grandma and turning it
Yes.
into a bookstore.
Yes.
So they start to see each other a lot. They see each other during the signing,
Right,
the
the
closing,
closing.
the
Yep,
closing.
yep, yep.
And then she has to spend a lot of time in the house while they're packing up, and she's measuring, and she's this, and she's that.
Right, because they have a month that they get to stay in the house after she's bought it to like finish things up, but she's coming over to look, so there's all this overlap. By the way, the grandmother is like the exact opposite of like the stereotype that we were discussing um with Whisked Away by the Alien and kind of like the negative stereotypes of Jewish. Like I feel like this grandmother was like the the ideal Jewish grandmother.
She
Like
was she was completely with it.
completely with it, very wise, like was just so like, yes, it's time to move. I'm not clinging to the past. My next chapter is going to be at the assisted living. Everything is fine. Like very like graceful with changing and aging. Loved her grandson. Like
Emotionally intelligent.
very emotionally intelligent, funny, likes winds up telling Emma that she also likes romance, and Emma brings over her favorite like romance series to loan her. So she's just like, she's like a little bit kind of like meddling, but like in a just like in a very like loving, knows when to pull back kind of way.
The only more stereotypy thing is like how desperate she is for Joshy to get married.
Right. The fact that she went to the matchmaker is the
Yeah,
the
that's it.
stereotypical
But
thing.
everything
Right.
else is just she's really the best. Aces.
Yeah, totally.
You know what the other Bubby I loved was in Girls, Girls, Girls.
She was great too.
She
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
great
yeah.
Bubby.
Yeah.
Um, maybe there were some other good ones. So, okay, they keep seeing each other. They start connecting. I was laughing. I wish I had this on Kindle because I thought I highlighted these parts, but I have a hard copy of the book and I can't find my bookmark, my little places for this. But she was really into his butt. She kept
Oh yeah,
noticing
yeah, like how it
his
filled out
butt,
his jeans or
how the
whatever. I
butt
remember
filled out
that
his
at the
jeans.
beginning. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
was just thinking, like, this is hilarious to me. Like, it's also like very topical with heated rivalry, a lot of discussion of the butt right now
Oh, right,
in,
sure.
in the world, but I just have never, you know, been walking or on a date or in any experience where I've noticed the way a guy's butt fills out his jeans.
Right. I don't feel like for.
I've
I mean,
never,
this is a stereotype, but I feel like for like straight women, the butt is not a big topic.
I've just, I've never been like, like I've never even, I don't think about it.
But I don't think women even just like women talk about like shoulders and chests and like more like that. You know
Hands,
what I
maybe
mean?
even.
Hands for
Face,
sure,
hair.
face, hair, but like butt, no.
I don't know.
I don't
never
feel like
think
that's
about it.
really a topic.
But
But hey, she was into it.
she loved his butt.
Right. It wasn't that part wasn't so relatable, but it was funny.
It really cracked me up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanted to ask you what you thought. She
I
kept
noticed
noticing
it. Yeah, I noticed it because it felt foreign to me, but I liked it. It was cute.
So they start connecting. I like the pace because they got together pretty quickly.
They got together
There
pretty
wasn't a ton of
quickly,
will they, won't they.
but also it was like I did believe their connection. It wasn't like in some of these books, it's like purely really like sexual chemistry, and they just act on it, and then kind of like the emotional stuff kind of comes after or not, whatever, depending on the story. Here, I don't know. I did believe that they were genuinely like getting to know each other and liked each other.
Right, but there's a big issue for her because of Samantha.
Right.
He and Samantha decide it's not going to be a thing.
After they have
On
one more
second
date.
date.
They're right. They have a second date, and then they're just because she also doesn't want kids. She's very clear on not wanting kids, not wanting a family, just for a number of reasons. They don't jive.
They are so certain they are not a match. They both decide that together. So
Totally.
then why is Samantha so possessive and furious and going to end a friendship over this?
I
This
don't
to
know.
me, I I know that this actually could happen. It's not even that it's not believable. Like, I, but it's so ridiculous to claim I feel like in the days when we were all dating, it was the opposite. It was like it didn't work out, but you
Yeah, the first thing you would do
random
when it
friend,
didn't work out is be like, I
think
think
about,
who can I introduce
yeah,
him to? Yeah, totally.
you know,
No, once you were,
this,
yeah.
it's not going to happen.
It
She's
would
not
be one thing
interested.
if it was like you were really into someone and they broke it off with you. Maybe then you wouldn't be so quick to set them up with your friend.
Yeah, but they both decided.
It
I
was
just,
totally mutual, right? Exactly.
so, and he was just like, what do you mean?
Yeah, he
Samantha
didn't
and I
get it
said,
at
it's not going to
all.
happen.
Right.
There's no future there. We are not interested in each other. So that was a little bit of a hiccup.
I think it was supposed to, like, I did think that she did a really good job. Jennifer Wilk did a really good job of, in like a pretty short time, she like established everyone's backstory in like a very kind of clear way.
Yeah.
Like, it was like some, like, where they all had kind of like a family dynamic that had kind of like created their current, like, who they were today. And it was supposed to
Right.
be like Samantha, like, was not like, she was an only child. Her parents were very into external success, but like they did not get along with each other. They didn't really get along with her. She always felt like she should really never have been born, basically.
Right.
And I think also the main character, Emma, is supposed to be like, she has a sister who's like a successful lawyer, and the parents always like favored the sister, saw the sister as a successful one, and Emma is kind of like the screw up. So I think you were supposed to kind of believe that like because of that, they had this very strong bond where emotions were just very heightened and not always so rational, where they really expected like this level of loyalty from each other.
Right.
And I kind of bought that. I mean, I still
Yeah,
agree with
for
what you
sure.
said, but I bought it enough that it was okay for me.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I agree. I know she did that really well. And also Josh lost his parents.
Yes.
Everyone has their own backstory. We get to know that pretty quickly.
Yeah. And she did that well, where they felt like the characters had depth. They weren't just like
Totally.
you know, random like sort of stock girl guy.
Totally. I liked their connection. They were really attracted to each other, but it wasn't just about that.
Right.
Could have been hotter and heavier, in my opinion. I wouldn't have minded.
Right. I was going to ask you, there was not a lot of sex in this book.
For a Harlequin, I thought Harlequins are often. There must be different like categories of Harlequin. This is a
remember
Harlequin
you
special
told
edition.
me whatever the remember from Snowbound in her boss's bed, that was that was a certain type of Harlequin. And I remember when she sent us that great letter, she told us that type of Harlequin had a very specific format where it was like get to the hot and heavy quickly, like immediate chemistry. Like there was a very specific sort of
Insta-love.
formula that style of Harlequin was supposed to follow, which I thought was so interesting. I had never heard of anything like that, but I wonder if this
Right.
special edition is
Yeah,
something
because
similar.
this is Harlequin special edition, and the category is life and love.
Hmm.
So maybe there's different. I do think that for these books, there's like a certain number of, I don't know, sex scenes, or like there's requirements or limits or something.
There must be.
Because this definitely was. I thought that their dynamic was great,
Yeah.
but like it wasn't, the sex wasn't that explicit.
No, it wasn't. It was pretty quick. I mean,
Yeah.
the script, it wasn't, oh, whatever. I don't know if it was quick, but the description of it was quick.
Right.
It wasn't overly detailed. Right.
Exactly. It wasn't overly detailed.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was not quick for
No,
them.
it seemed very satisfying to both of them.
Anyway, they break up because of some, issue with religion and identity, and
Right. There's a lot of Jewish content in this book. Like, there is that kind of obligatory scene, which I've talked about before, that I feel is a little like authors tend to rely on a lot in these books, where it's like they're in a restaurant and there's some overtly treif food and they're like, well, I don't keep kosher. Like, obviously, I don't
Yes.
keep kosher. Like, look at me eating these clams or whatever
Yes,
it is. They
yes.
did have a version of that in this book where he's like, well, I'm a Reform rabbi. Obviously, I don't keep kosher. Because
Right.
they were having some kind of like, I don't know what, treif thing at the
Because
restaurant.
they were eating in regular restaurants the whole book.
There was tons of, there's a great restaurant scene in that town. They were taking
Yes.
advantage of it.
Yes.
But then even though, she was nervous that like he was too he was a rabbi, he was like too Jewish for her. And he was sort of like, no, but he really was like, he had so many there were a few like funny. There was one point where she smelled like her smell reminded him of his grandmother's Hamantaschen, which I was like, is this a sexual reference?
It's not. It was more about like citrus and
It was
sugar,
vanilla.
probably.
It was like
Vanilla.
she smelled like vanilla, which reminded him of his grandmother's Hamantaschen, but I just thought that was funny.
That's hilarious.
And then there was another time where like she took his hand and like it reminded him of like putting on tefillin for the first time.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was like, I don't know, like the feelings of like hope and faith and I don't know, like that was like there was a lot of that of just like him having a lot of Jewish associations connected with their relationship.
There was also a lot of like regular daily Jewish life stuff, just like because he's in Browersville and not in the city, like he's going to the local JCC, he's going to the gym at the JCC, he runs into the rabbi of the shul he grew up in. She's like, do you want to run our youth group? And then he starts doing stuff, at the suburban synagogue, and he's running there's like the youth group stuff and the volunteering for the youth group and the I don't know, just like that regular, just like the JCC, the shul, the this, the that, like
Totally.
I'm living that life, and I like that. That just like the regular lifestyle stuff was like Jewish and Jewish communal stuff.
Yeah. I liked that there was like that very nerdy sounding Jewish youth group. He took them on some trip, and it was like they were like, we get mitzvah points for every trip we go take, and the team that has the most mitzvah points at the end gets a pizza party. And I was like,
well, by the way,
how old are these kids?
Okay, so I almost at the top of the episode went into that because the reason that we went to morning minyan on Zoom is because of the points in the ice cream party she's trying to go for.
That's for Benny?
Yeah, like
okay, but
exactly. So like because it was a snow day, like basically like we're away a lot of weekends. So anytime we're here, we go to shul. A, because we like it, but B, because if we don't,
get the points.
She's not going to get her points.
Totally, and that's very cute, but
So
I'm saying like
yes,
she's much younger than what I think those kids were supposed to be, like teenagers.
Yes.
Like, okay.
But there's
like
nothing nerdy. There's nothing nerdy about what Benny's doing.
No, because Benny's like
she's a kid.
She's a kid. She's like a good. I was imagining these kids being like post bar mitzvah age. Like I don't. That's weird to me, but they would be jazzed about mitzvah points that end in a pizza party.
Oh, please God, I hope the mitzvah points never stop.
It's very cute, but it seems a little silly.
I love youth groups. I love nerdy youth groups.
No, it's great. As I'm saying, this town seems like it's like
they're in my town, actually. I just realized.
It's like a utopia. They have like a great restaurant scene and tons of teenagers who want to be in a nerdy youth group getting mitzvah points into their like adolescence. Like I want to move to this place.
Exactly. So he's thinking that also. He's tempted by the synagogue. They're like, oh, the rabbi's leaving and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And we might need a new assistant rabbi or whatever, senior rabbi. I don't know what was happening, but that's all happening while he's moving his grandma out and connecting with Emma and all these things. He's sort of like ready to put down roots here and leave the city.
He's very hopeful about his relationship with Emma.
But then she pulls the rug out from under him.
Yes.
Can't say I love you back. Decides that this isn't right for her.
Right.
The whole ending happened very fast.
Yes. Yes. It felt like a lot of build up and then a lot of action toward the end.
I understand that those things have to happen in these books, but
yeah, I do feel like a lot of these books are like that. Like there's a slow build and then like a lot of action toward the end.
It's like they break up, something has to happen for them to reconnect and get back together.
Right.
Some gesture.
Right.
But I feel the whole time I was into it.
Yeah, no, really me too. That. I liked it too.
A reckoning with Samantha.
Yep.
That had to happen for this to be able to move on.
Yep.
And this relationship to happen. I really liked it. I liked it the whole time. I loved them. They were so cute.
And I just liked the descriptions of I liked the descriptions. It kept me interested. It was like nice, just descriptions of everyday life, and like it felt real.
Totally. I thought this book was really enjoyable.
Yeah. I was eager to pick it up. It was just like a fun read.
Did you read it quickly?
Yeah, I read it pretty quickly.
Yeah, me too.
And it's also going to be a series.
I can't wait.
The next book she said is going to be about Samantha.
I know. I wonder, is she going to become more likable? She must.
Right. She's a little bit. She's not so likable in this book.
I will definitely read the next one. We have to.
Yeah, really
I
fun.
really liked this book. Samantha's also in the city.
Right. And then I wonder who will be next. Oh, I was thinking, what about the match? Like, the matchmaker's pretty young also.
Oh.
I mean, she doesn't really figure in the book much. Like, she's kind of at the beginning and at the end. And you kind of hear from her a little bit, but the whole thing is it's like a woman in her 30s who's the matchmaker. I just wonder, like, is she married? Is it always a matchmaker, never the matched? Will she get her own book? I would like that too.
I would love that.
It's like the wedding
Jennifer,
planner.
what do you think?
Remember that movie?
Yeah, of course. I loved it. I wanted to say Jennifer Wilck is awesome, and she's an awesome follower of our podcast. She always reposts when we post that a new podcast is out, she posts it to her stories.
That is so nice.
I know. It's so nice. So I really appreciate that, and I wanted to say that to you, Jennifer.
Totally. Thank you so much.
It's so nice.
And thank you for this book. It's so fun.
It really is.
I really enjoyed it. And I loved the way that the Judaism was woven in. There's the obvious references to Judaism, but those little things like him holding her hand was like putting on tefillin. It was really creative and cool.
I agree. Yeah, it was really good. I'm just looking through it right now. I earmarked a lot of pages to talk about certain things with you.
Okay.
And I'm just having a hard time. I want to make sure I said everything I wanted to say. You know. There was a lot of butts. A lot about the butt.
Were there butts throughout? I remember a couple butts in the beginning.
I think it was just in the beginning. But yeah, no, I loved it. Okay, I can't wait to keep reading this Matchmaker series.
Yeah, great. Love it. Great idea.
Okay, so we have an idea for our next read from a listener.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Okay, so coming off the heels of Heated Rivalry, obviously the show took the world by storm, but it's, like I said, based on a series, a hockey romance series.
Okay.
Game Changers is the series. Rachel Reed is the author. The first book is Game Changers. The second book was Heated Rivalry.
Oh, interesting.
There is a couple from the Game Changer book that is featured in the Heated Rivalry series, but the couple featured in Heated Rivalry is in the second book of the series. Anyway, it's really good. Really good.
Seems.
But like with everything we've read, there are obviously Jewish hockey romances.
Right. Jewish
gay hockey romances.
Right.
Because we have tapped in on a market. You know, I commuted with my neighbor the other day, and he's like, oh, is there an issue with the podcast because of, like, content? I was like, content? We can't read all the Jewish romance books in this world.
Tons of content.
No issue with content.
Right.
Issue with sleepiness at night. No issue with content.
Right. Yeah, people do ask that all the time. When I'm like, we review Jewish romance novels, people are like, how many of those are there? And I'm like, a lot.
And more coming out each month.
Totally.
Okay, so anyway, Rena, a listener, recommended, on the heels of Heated Rivalry, there's a Jewish hockey book in the similar vein. It's called Delay of Game by Ari Barron.
Huh.
Delay of Game by Ari Barron.
Gotta read it.
And I think that's our next one.
Sounds great.
I think it's going to be great. I think it is not the first book in a series.
Okay.
But let me read the description for everyone.
Great.
As I always do. Okay. Penalty Box Book 2. Delay of Game, a gay, spicy sports romance. Penalty Box Book 2. Let's get the description going. It's book 2 of 4, I think.
Okay.
Nate Singer is one of the good guys. As team captain, Nate's whole deal is sticking to the playbook, supporting his team, and keeping his own issues buried, especially since the team is finally winning, due in no small part to his chemistry with one particular hotshot teammate. Zach Reed has a bad boy reputation, and it's cost him. Zach's past exploits landed him on the worst team in the league, but that also gave him the best friend he's ever had. Not never, ever. For 3 years, his friendship with Nate has grown, making them an intimidating duo on the ice and forming an intense bond off it as well. When the team hits a skid, Zach and Nate go with one thing in mind, finding someone for a quick roll in the sheets to get back to their winning ways, only they end up in each other's arms and each other's hearts and realize that could be exactly what they've always needed to win it at all. I just messed that whole sentence up and realize that could be exactly what they've always needed to win it all.
Great. Sounds great.
It doesn't say it here, but they are Jewish.
I would think Nate Singer sounds Jewish.
It's just that when you look in bestseller ranks, it's number 126 in gay and lesbian Kindle store, number 385 in workplace romance, and 579 in gay romance, but it doesn't have Jewish romance. So then under that Q&A feature in Amazon, I did search, and it definitely is. So we're going to read it.
Great. Amazing.
Also, I just love that, like, a sports romance is considered a workplace romance, because I get it. Obviously, that is where they work.
Right, but it's like...
But it's just funny.
Right, it's not like water cooler. Right, like it's not what you traditionally think of. Yeah, I get it. They are working. I see.
I kind of recommend that you also do read and watch Heated Rivalry if you have time.
Okay.
I don't know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Rachel Reed, the author of Heated Rivalry, is one of the authors that have a little caption about this book.
Oh.
You know? So
cool.
That's cool.
Gotcha. So there's crossover.
A bold hockey romance that hits like a slap shot. She wrote that.
Fabulous.
Rachel Reed, USA Today bestselling author of Heated Rivalry.
Right.
On game misconduct. That's the first book.
Gotcha.
Okay. And Friends to Lovers, Jewish, queer hockey romance.
What's not to
Honestly,
like?
I can't wait. I think most of our listeners have probably watched and read Heated Rivalry.
Great.
Read along with us. Delay of Game.
Delay of Game.
Coming up next on Hanukkah Erotica.
Right here.
Hanukkah Erotica is produced by William Levin and brought to you by Hanukkah Pong, available at newishtraditions.com. Promo code Hanukkah Erotica for 20% off. HANUKKAHEROTICA. Menorah Shape Beer Pong. And follow us on Instagram. Leave us a review. Rate us 5 stars.
Remember what we were in New Jersey last weekend, and Julius, my son who's 3, kept saying, I want to play I forget what he was calling it, but he was saying something, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, I want to play this. And I was like, what? And he was talking about Hanukkah Pong. I forget what he was calling it. It was like, he had some like term he was using, but he wanted to play Hanukkah Pong. I finally was like, I figured it out. I forget what it was. It was like the white ball with the star. I forget what he was saying, but he had some reference, and I finally got it. I got it out for them. Big hit.
That is so cute. I can't wait to tell Mitchie.
Yeah.
All right. This was fun.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.